Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and Tucker Carlson absolutely nails it when this woke activist tries to take down a historical statue.
Madison Flynn is a member of the Wyatt Tribal Council in California, and she joins us tonight. Madison, thanks for coming on.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's pronounced Wyatt.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Well, I stand corrected and informed. So, of all the statues to prominent Americans, why does this statue offend the Wyatt tribe?
It offends the Wyatt people because the representation of that era. I don't know if you're familiar with the Wyatt history, but they were the ancestral people of the Arcata territory, where the McKinley statue is at, and they had a massacre that wiped out majority of the Wyatt people during 1860. So, I mean, and then McKinley also, although he was never there in Humboldt County, his actions that he did while as president severely affected the Native Americans throughout the United States.
Where did Tucker find this person? The fact that this lady does not know anything about history, the closest thing that McKinley did to affect Native Americans was signing into law the Curtis Act. And that law had a lot of unintended consequences. And they thought at the time that this would actually benefit Native Americans, and it turns out it didn't. The town that they're talking about here actually lists this on a website and a post that they made, and this lady isn't even smart enough to quote that.
So in the 1860s, McKinley, of course, was fighting slavery as a member of the Union Army for 3.5 years. That's, I think we both agree, a virtuous thing. He was president for a term in a very short period. What did he do specifically to hurt the Wyatt tribe?
So that's the thing. He doesn't have any significance to the Wyatt people, but where the statue is at is the issue. The statue where he is located at in the Arcata Plaza was used as an auctioning block for Native Americans, especially for Native American youth or Wyatt youth, and yeah, it was more like a human trafficking era.
Well, that's awful.
Area.
I mean, I'm not for that, but that didn't happen, obviously, during the time that he was president, because there was no slavery, of course, by his presidency, partly because of the actions that he took as a Union soldier. So just having anything that, I mean, this is so mindless, it's hard to track. I want to take this seriously. I mean, your name, for example, is Madison. Madison owned slaves. Should you change your name?
Well, you should ask my parents about my name.
Well, I don't know. You can change it if you... I mean, look, I like your name. I'm not attacking your name in any way. I'm merely saying that there are certain historical figures whose presence would be offensive. I get it. I'm not discounting the idea of it, but I've asked you to explain and given you time on TV to explain what specifically about this guy warrants tearing down his statue on behalf of a people, half of whom live below the poverty line. There are a lot of problems you could be dealing with. This doesn't seem directly related to any of them. It seems like a massive waste of time when you could be improving the lives of the Wyatt community, but you're not.
So what Tucker's exposing is something that's completely endemic to the leftist movements that are sweeping across this country right now. And the attempt to take down a statue of William McKinley, on its face, I actually understand it. If you were to look at it from a leftist perspective, you'd understand that the Curtis Law that was signed under his administration by him had some very bad consequences. This bill was designed to help Native Americans, and it didn't help them at all. But what she brings up in this video has nothing to do with that law. And ironically enough, the town in question actually wrote a statement about this and stated that as one of the bigger reasons why they wanted to move the statue. What she brings up, however, is incredibly stupid. She brings up the location of the statue, of which there was basically a slave market there, for lack of a better term. And if you have an issue with the location in history, why are you moving the statue? Because the reality is, people like this can't fully think properly. They're mad at the wrong thing. They're mad at history. There's a much better way to look at these sort of things. If you were to be, and I love this example, if you were a black family posing in front of a Confederate statue with a reminder of, we beat you, that is a much healthier statement of history than what this lady's trying to do. This lady is trying to whitewash it, polish it, say this never happened, it's only a bad memory. When the reality is this, you can either be chained to history, be a slave to history, or you can move forward in more power and in more success. And this lady clearly is chained to her own history. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment of PolitiBrawl. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, y'all have a good one.